Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. All right? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. In the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna in 4 shlokas he says, Tasya prajna pratishtita. Tasya prajna pratishtita. Repeatedly, Krishna says in 4 verses. This is the last line. The beginning, he will say, Yas sarvatra anavisnehas tattat prapya shubha shubham navinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. He is saying that Yas sarvatra, always, anavisneha tattat prapya shubha ashubham. In this world you get shubha and ashubha information, news. Some are auspicious, some are inauspicious. Somebody has passed away, somebody got an accident, inauspicious. Or you got first rank in the college, something auspicious, very pleasing. Navinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. He is saying that one has equanimity, like Lord Rama got a news, you are going to become king of Ayodhya. And all his friends ran around and telling everybody that, our dear Rama is going to ascend the throne, even before he reached to tell his mother. But then next day he was told to go to forest. But in the face of Rama, there was not even an iota of depression or sorrow or sadness. Alas, why they have changed the decision or something. Tasya prajna pratishtita. Equanimity in Ashubha, Shubha, Sukha Dukha, Mana Paman, Shita Ushna, Jai, Parajai, Labh, Alabh. One who can cultivate this, he is a person whose intelligence is fixed, he says. And then next verse he says, Yada samharate chayam kurmongani vasarvashaha indriyani indriyartebhyas tasya prajna pratishtita, he is saying. He is saying that a person who can control his senses at will, by withdrawing them at a time when it is not favorable, and by letting his senses engage when situations are favorable. Like you go to the temple to hear the lecture, your ears are alert and attentive. To take darshan of the deities, to chant and dance, you are able to absorb yourself by displaying the senses for taking the spiritual inputs. On the other hand, when one is surrounded by bad association, one has the ability to withdraw the senses and not get affected. So if a person can do that, that means he has become a yogi now. Yogi means one who can control his senses at will. When Shukadeva Goswami went to Janaka's court, Janaka gave him a vati of milk and told him to go around the palace. When he was going, there were beautiful young girls dressed up in this Bharatanatyam dress. They were all moving their hands, legs and laughing and loudly singing and dancing. They were playing instruments and one could hear the shrilling laughter of the girls. But this personality was fixed in taking the milk and coming. Not even one drop fell off. That means, unagitated when there are sensual objects all around. One can withdraw one's consciousness and senses like that. Then a person's intelligence is fixed, he says, like that. So similarly, when he arrived at Janaka's palace, Janaka had already told the watchman, don't let him come in. So watchman kept him outside the palace walls. And Shukadeva was not allowed to go in, so he sat just outside and sat in meditation and just became absorbed. And then later on, 3 days later, Janaka himself came out with a great umbrella to receive, and then flowers were showered on him with the umbrella welcome, hundreds of people playing instruments and band. He was taken inside. That means he was humiliated, then he was given respect. No difference. It's all the same for him. Nabhinandati nadveshti. So in this way, one should be able to control the senses at will. But oftentimes, conditioned souls cannot control their senses. When there is Maya, they fall flat on the ground. When there is Krishna, their mind is elsewhere. Correct, no? That's why he says this. And then he says, Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asita matparaha Vashehi yasya indriyani tasya prajna patishtita. Now he has developed the subject one step ahead. Not only one should withdraw the senses like a tortoise, but one should also engage them in Krishna service in such a way that one can develop a higher taste. Not like the three monkeys, close your eyes, close your ears, close your mouth. That's not, shutting the senses is not the ultimate goal of life. Engaging the senses in Krishna, that is a higher, that's the actual meaning of samadhi. Prabhupada says that when you go for book distribution, your whole samadhi is, acharyas like Prabhupada want to distribute the mercy. On behalf of them, as a helping hand, I am reaching out. Let me go to these suffering souls and distribute with right type of consciousness. One keeping Krishna in the background of consciousness, one is doing the service. Then that is samadhi actually. Samadhi doesn't mean you have to sit in one place in a gufa or something and close your eyes. Generally people think of that to be samadhi. Samadhi means actually our consciousness is one with consciousness of acharyas and Krishna, pure consciousness. So in this way, Tani sarvani samyamya, withdrawing one's senses from sense gratification. Yukta asita mat paraha. One is engaging one's mind and senses completely in Krishna's service. And then he is saying, Vashehi yasya indriyani, having withdrawn the senses from false, dirty engagements, tasya prajna patishtita. He is fixed in intelligence. So in this way, fourth verse basically summarizes these three. The last verse where he says, tasya prajna patishtita. So vyavasayatmika buddhir ekehe pranandana. So the one-pointed concentration in the chanting of the holy name depends on these three things which we said just now. First one is rising above duality. Second one is to be able to control our senses at will. And the third one is able to fix one's consciousness in Krishna by withdrawing it from getting cluttered in matter. So if one can do these three things, then one gets a fixed intelligence and focused intelligence. When with a focused intelligence, one-point intelligence, then one can hear the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Prabhu ki.